morning, everybody. It's 6:13 in the morning. I reached 100 subs last week, and I'm pretty happy with that. I didn't do it for the subs to get as many as I can, but you know, somehow it's important still. So I have all of you to thank for that. Thank you. And a couple of you have, you know, a couple of shout outs, and you know who you are. Thank you for helping me out. I mean, I started making videos like 3 months ago. So I'm really, I'm actually pretty happy with it. Anyway, 100 subs. Yay to me and yay to you, and thank you to everybody. And I'm gonna do the 10 questions thing by HerbieAss Double-O-Seven, who I've not really had much contact with, but I probably will because he seems like a nice guy. And one of these questions will give me a chance to say something that I wanted to say. So here we go. Who is your... Oh, I have this on my phone. This is an iPhone, but I have one of these. This looks like a game. I thought it was appropriate for the 30-year anniversary to have a cover that looks like a Game Boy. And if I put it down on the table, people really go, "What the hell is that?" You know. It even looks playable. The buttons are sort of real looking. Anyway, who's your default Mario Kart character? To be honest, I haven't played Mario Kart for very long or for very much. I don't have a Wii U, so I haven't played Mario Kart 8. I have it on the Super NES. I have it on the GameCube, but I don't have a default character. I've been playing Mario Kart 7 on the 3DS since a couple of days, and basically I've been choosing Wario. Losers! That's what he says. I like that. So Wario would be my default, but you know, I haven't been playing very long. What is the worst game you've spent the most time playing? The worst game? Well, I spent a lot of time playing Snowkey on the Commodore 64, and I've been playing it again recently, and I can remember putting a lot of time in that because I thought I was pretty good at it, but it sucks balls, really. The controls are bad. There's no music to speak of. The graphics are, you know, black and white, sort of. It's repetitive. It's hard as shit. But I spent a lot of time on it, and I can't remember why. But that's what I did. My biggest hobby outside of gaming. A hobby is something that you spend time on, and it doesn't make any money. I spend a lot of time on theater, acting. Not that I act a lot, but you know, that's a hobby. And I watch Formula 1, although that's been sort of on the way down for the last couple of years because it's becoming increasingly uninteresting. I do a lot of things. I draw, and I fidget around with the electronics, and I'm like a butterfly. I go from this to that, and I have to keep my mind awake, and I do stuff. But I think those are the things that I do most. And of course I watch YouTube. I spend time with people from YouTube, and in real life and not in real life. So it's not gaming, but it involves a screen. Do you tone down your accent for YouTube? No, I pump it up. I'm Dutch. Many people think I'm American, but I'm not. But this is the way that I've learned to speak English, and I couldn't do an English accent. If I tried, it would sound like crap. So this is my accent when I speak English. This is my accent when I think, and even when I go to the United States, people think I'm from there, which I'm not. Sorry. An interesting fact that the good people of YouTube don't know about you. Now, here's the one that I want to take a little bit more time for. I used to have 2 jobs. Technically, I still do. I have one paying job, and the big thing for me is that in 2010 I started my own company with a business partner. His name is Will, and it's a cooking school or a cooking studio. So I facilitate cooking clubs. They come to me. We do the groceries, and we make the menus, and we help them cook. You know, we have the kitchen. And I quit my job for that, or basically I was fired, and at the same time I started this. You know, it was a real venture. I put in money. I put in a lot of time, especially nighttime, because that's when it all happens. And we started in 2010, and we had plans to you know to grow the company into something that I could pay the rent by. You know, that was the plan, at least. And the other thing is that I wanted it to sort of give me the energy, you know, give me a boost, give me the buzz that I need to keep it interesting. So I've been spending a lot of evenings and nights away from home, away from my family, doing what I thought was going to be my career for a long time, but it didn't make me enough money, so I had to work another job as well. So what I basically did is I was working in the office as a computer programmer, and I've done many other things. You know, I've worked in restaurants, I've worked in other cooking studios, I've done sales, I've done a lot of things just to keep alive. And 2 days ago I decided to stop. So I've basically told my business partner that I'm quitting the business because it's not bringing me the money that I thought it would, and it's not giving me the buzz that I need from it. So I don't think anybody knew that, and this is a good chance for me to talk about that, because you know it's a big decision. I spent a lot of time and energy on it, and I sort of had a hope and a dream, and it didn't come true. So, but it's not a bad thing, you know. I'm glad that I tried it. It's just not become a success, and I tried for 4 years. You know, we started in 2010. We had our first group of people then, and we've grown since then, but just not enough. So I'm happy that I did it. I learned a lot of things about myself. I learned a lot of things about myself. Sorry. And well, enough is enough, basically. So Joe, now you probably understand now why I thought why I was so happy for you. You know, having your dream come true for you. So I was really happy for you. Good going. If money wasn't an issue, would you collect everything? No. I cannot and probably will never understand why anyone would buy a game that they will not play. If I bought this and said, well, you know, I bought this, but this is absolute crap and I'm never going to play it, but it's going on the shelf, I don't get that. I'm not a completionist. Um, you know, if I just don't have that thing. If I had money, I wouldn't buy an expensive car. I wouldn't buy a big house. All I would spend my money on was making sure that I could do every day that the thing that I want to do, which is basically go from this to that. I'm like a hummingbird, you know. I have to be able to go from thing to thing really quickly, and but that's not going to make me any money. So if I had a lot of money, that's what I do. I'd probably go to every thrift store in the world to see what's there. So no, I wouldn't do that. Are you a collector? Oh yeah, are you a collector or a gamer? I want to say that I'm a gamer, but I don't have. I mean, there are real gamers out there, people who finish a lot of games. I think a gamer should be able to say that he's finished a lot of games. I haven't. I like playing games. I still do. The other thing is a collector. Basically, I think none of us are collectors. We're hoarders. We just buy what some of us may. Those of us who have. I think a collection has to be defined. I think you can only say that you're a collector if you know what you are going to collect. If your collection is a defined thing with, you know, with boundaries, and you can say one day my collection is finished, then you are a collector. If you're like me and just can't seem to stop collecting, you're just hoarding, you're just buying. So technically I'm not a collector, but I know what you mean by the question. So I collect games. It's not like I'm collecting or buying the games that I once played when I was younger, because I've gone way beyond that. But one doesn't exclude the other. You can be a collector and a gamer. You can even be a gamer and not a collector. I met someone who works at the video game store where I buy my stuff sometimes. And this guy said, you know, I have every console imaginable, but I only have 3 or 4 games. And when I'm done with a game, I just, you know, send it back in and buy something else. So he's a gamer, but not a collector. I tend to be more of a collector than a gamer, I think, because I don't spend that much time gaming. But since I have all these games, and I've said that I would, I've been gaming more. Still, I'll go the collector side. Will you encourage your kids to game? I actually do. I have one daughter, and I'm buying her Pikachus, and I'm bringing her in here to play with the Zapper for the NES, and I show her the games that I have, but her interest is very short-lived. And she's like me, you know. If it doesn't interest her, she just goes away. And I haven't found a game that she likes enough to come back to. So yes, I will encourage my kid to game, but you know, it's not sticking yet. She's 9. I don't know if I'll ever pick up a controller together with her and play a game. So Tony, I mean, I hear you talking about playing games with your kids. You know, I think you're a lucky man. I wish I was married to a gamer chick. I'd love that. But my wife doesn't play games either, so I'm the only one in the family. It makes me kind of sad, but okay. Will you be making YouTube videos in 5 years' time? I don't even know if I'll be alive in 5 years' time. I've been really close to the end of my life twice already, and I don't look that far ahead. So if I can, yeah, sure, I will. I'm just very curious to know where all this will, you know, what it will lead to. I've met many of you on YouTube, and that gives me a very good feeling. You know, I feel that what I do reaches across the globe. You know, I've been in touch with people all across, and that I think that's really cool. I, I can't remember doing anything else that would have been able to bring me into contact with people from Australia and Canada and Japan and the States and the UK and Sweden and South Africa, and you know, cool. I just love that. And I've actually met some of you, which is even cooler. So yeah, if it was up to me, if I'm still alive and my camera still works, I'll be doing this. Shout out 3 YouTubers you enjoy. I enjoy so many. So naming 3 would mean naming would mean not naming many that I also enjoy, but the ones that I have a couple of channels that I follow. I watch Bithead 1000, just to name one who's not in the community, not in our little corner of the world. But Bithead 1000, he just put up a video, the Blue Girl video. I really recommend you watching that, because the guy, I can't believe, I saw what he did with my own eyes, and I can't believe that he did that. It's really very nice. Joe, this is one for you as well. Bithead 1000, the Blue Girl. This is amazing. I love it. So Bithead, of course, I like watching Grubgun. I like watching Evo Haler. I like watching Dave Price, Infected Flinch. I like watching Game Not Loaded. I like watching Mark. I like watching oh god, see, I was afraid of this. Now I can't think of a couple of names, and you're gonna feel left out. Yeah, block. Okay, thank you. I hate that question. I should have done this with the screen, like Giles did. I watched Joe. Joe, I watch you, but you know that. And many others. And you know what I'll do? No, I don't know. You can find a list of the people that I watch, but these are the ones that spring to mind now. If I, you know, God, I hate this question. Thanks. Maybe I should have prepared, which I usually do, but I don't anymore, because I now have so much confidence that I can make a video that's worth watching without making notes. And then I come up with this. I got this.